Alright, it's safe to say Detroit basketball is back, and after this performance, it's obvious this win streak is not a fluke because their defense is serious, so it's no surprise to see why they're top 1 in the last 8 games. Shutting out the Celts is the ultimate testament to it, and a lot of it is stemming from their effort because it's showing in all aspects on that end of the floor. They're all willing to man up, so players are body to body, but all of them are just as ready to help on drives, so their rotations are consistent, and even if they do overhelp at times, they're still giving multiple efforts in the scramble. But it all starts with taking away the paint, and that's really the key to a great defense, because without anything easy inside, teams usually can't find a rhythm, so they just settle from deep until they bleed out, or even worse, commit turnovers non-stop. That's exactly what happened to the Celts, because they struggled to even get to the rim, let alone touch paint, and every time they did, they were either being forced to spray out, losing the rock, or getting it picked off. They tried to get some inside presence in the post through Porzingis or Holiday, but the two couldn't bully their matchups, especially Porzingis, because the bias had him locked up, and more than anything, this loss showed how much they miss Brown. But at least they had Tatum, because he had it going out the gates, and he was consistently making the right reads whenever the Pistons bigs were showing off his screens, so he was either getting off the rock quick or forcing the switch to fry him. Besides Asar hounding him for some turnovers early, he was a rare positive on the night, and the other was their deep ball in the second, but that type of shooting wasn't sustainable without a rhythm, so it eventually caught up to him, because they only had 10 paint points in the first half, then had the same amount in the second half for a total of 20 on the entire night. That was a drastic contrast compared to the Pistons, because all those bricks combined with the turnovers just generated constant pace for them to get easy runouts or to flow right into their actions, and those quick buckets were just keeping them in a rhythm throughout. If anything, all those tips or putbacks were doing the same thing because they were playing just as hard on this end of the floor, and that rhythm even led to them making some late clock bailouts. But it wasn't just about that, because it was saving them from a somewhat stagnant half-court in the first half, and they were just fortunate to have Cade controlling the offense. He was exploiting the Celts drop early, and then was picking them apart when their adjustment was to show off his screens, but no matter what the coverage was, he was having his way consistently, the same way Malik is consistently threeing it if he gets even a sliver of light, because his heater is not cooling down at all. Just watch the tape.
Three again, it's through again!